Hi everyone, thank you for being here. This is your Wednesday reading. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so anyway, thank you for being here and thank you for being part of the community. Um, so the vibe. Hi, Holly, psychic medium, energy reader. And we're going to jump straight into the reading really quickly. But first, the vibe. I feel like I'm walking on marshmallows. It's not eggshells, it's a little fluffier. It's just ears are buzzy. And this is just what I wanted. I looked at it and I thought that's it. And I always ask, what is the vibe? And it's like, this is it. And this reminds me so much of finding your inner sense of wonderment, childlike wonderment, and your own personal magic in whatever way that resonates with you. So, and I've already had a lot of coffee, but I'm going to put that there because I made this batch a little strong. So sip or two is good, but I think I'm just going to let that one sit there. I don't like wasting it, but woo! I also I also don't need to consume that much heavy duty caffeine, I guess. Okay, so we're going to get into a reading. Let's find out what is going on with the collective today. Let's look at the Light Seers Tarot. That's the one I was drawn to. It's my little pocket version. It comes in a metal tin, which I think is so cool. And yeah, it just feels very quiet today. And it feels almost like there's a bubble, and it feels almost like a bubble of being out of time and space. And when I say that, I mean it feels like it's not connected to the everyday world reality. And it's a strange feeling. And it makes me have to work that much harder to focus. So I'm not sure how that's going to play into this reading, but I know it will, because it always does. All right, so what is the message for the collective, for the element of the collective, the part of the collective that will resonate with this reading? This is a general reading. Please remember that. It's a general reading. Don't work to make it fit. Don't try to make it fit. You will know if it's yours. And so one card went absolutely flying out. Wow, Eight of Wands. Fast acting. This is and what I'm hearing, I just got chills. What I'm hearing is this is the quiet before the storm. Now, that doesn't mean it has to be bad. That just means it's getting ready to get really big in someone's life. There's going to be a lot of activity, a big flurry of activity, and it's going to happen very quickly. And this card flipped upside down, face up in the deck. It's the Death card, and what that tells me is not a literal death. It can always mean that depending on the other cards, but for the most part, it's going to be death. It says death and rebirth on the card itself, but it feels like the change is happening. You are in the middle of massive change. So, and it's going to come in so fast, super fast. This is a big week. I know I've said that every single day, but it's true. This just feels like it's a monumental week. All right. Eight of Wands and the Death card. Fast. I'm hearing rapid change. Okay. Another card just jumped out on its own. And we had this one the other day. Eight of Swords. Be careful not to get so trapped in your head that you overthink things. So that is, in this instance, a card of overthinking. They're showing me a repetitive dream I used to have, and I haven't had it in years and years and years. But it's important, and it applies to this, and it will help make the point because, I like an example. So what they're showing me, what Spirit is showing me, is this dream I had where it's easy to not embrace change, and sometimes if it feels a little overwhelming, we fight it. And that is not being in the flow of things, and that is being stuck in your head. So in this dream, there were two of them, and the one they're showing me is the one where I would be, and I just have to say it again, this was a dream, okay? But it was a repetitive and reoccurring dream. I would be in my car driving, and I would be on the highway, and I would be driving alone on this highway, and I would see this massive tornado. And I was driving straight into it. I could not control the car. The car was moving on its own. No matter what I did, no matter how much I fought it, I could not control the car. And I saw this massive tornado. And you could see, and the closer I would get, I would see the shrapnel. I would see the bits and pieces. And I thought, my God, I will never survive that. I will never survive that. There's too much in it. And it felt like you were walking into a blender, because of all the shrapnel and stuff. Pieces of roofs and, whatever. And I just thought, well, there's nothing I can do about it now. So I'm going to lean into it and try to roll with it. And that equates to being in the flow of it. Now, there's almost always something we can do. And sometimes what we have to do is just live to survive another day. Okay? And fight it another day. But sometimes the change is coming for our best interests. Like if someone loses one job, but then they get a better job, or someone, it always seems like it's bad at first, but then it may turn into something positive. Tornadoes are generally never positive. I'm just telling you. But the point of this was, I was just trying to figure out how to survive. I wasn't trying to do anything in particular. I was just trying to figure out how to survive. And so I relaxed into the seat of my car and I just asked for help and protection, and I could feel myself being lifted up. And I remember being inside this tornado and not even in the car at that point, and looking around and realizing nothing is touching me. Nothing is hurting me. I am simply observing it happen. And then I landed. And I realized I was okay. So I fought in that dream every single time. And when I stopped having it was the one time I said, I'm just going to get in the flow of it. I can't change the outcome. So I'm going to see what happens next. And I ended up surviving and being able to walk out of it. So sometimes that phrase about what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, well, sometimes it's because you have to be aware of your surroundings, aware of what you're doing, and choose your battles. And I don't like that message because I don't like having to pick my battles. I just don't. It's like if it's a battle, I'll take it. I'll run with it. But I'm learning that some things are not worth it. Now, this is a personal reading, mind you. Okay? This is a very personal reading. So I haven't had that dream since, because I know I will always survive. I know being in the flow of things gives me space and time to step back and watch what's happening, to reevaluate and gauge what I need to do when I can. Okay? So that was a big long story to talk about this card, this Eight of Swords. Because as you can see, the reflection, she's all bound up and trapped, but in reality, she isn't. So get out of your head, because the change is coming fast, and we're just going to have to roll with it. All right, they want me to look at another deck now, and I don't know what this is about. Gosh. All right, Wild Reflections. This is the Wild Reflections Tarot. Dun, dun. Okay, so could you give me clarification, please? Could you give me clarification? I'm going to move these three over because it's causing difficulties for me. There we go. Have a little more room now. So what is the clarification for this reading? Because, I mean, we could all take that advice at any given point in our lives. I mean, sometimes it's the right time to sit down, watch, and wait. And sometimes you just got to stand. You got to stand up, and you got to stand strong, and you got to make your presence known. I feel like this is one of those, we are getting ready to move into that. You got to stand up and make your presence known moments. But I feel like this particular week and moment is sitting back, watching, and observing. You're going to learn a lot. Page of Pentacles just flipped out, face up. Okay. What is this card that came after it? The Two of Swords. What else? I need more clarification, please. I feel like we got another card coming. What is the other card? There's one more here. Clarification, please. Well, I guess we got two because they went flying and landed off the table and onto the floor. All right, hang on. Let me grab these. Oh. Okay. Okay, so we have Two of Cups and Four of Wands. Ooh, nice way to round it out. All right, so there are things at play that you don't know about. That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm getting. There are things at play you don't know about. You're getting all wound up, and you're binding yourself up. But there's change coming, and it's coming in quickly. And from what I'm gathering from this clarification, you don't even know about it. All right, Page of Pentacles. This is a new beginning of stability, new beginnings of financial stability, home stability, just stability in general. And it could also be beginnings of developing a new sense or ability. But you see the lights? This page, even though they're pretty and they're lovely, he's still being tethered to the ground, even though it's with lights. So there is this sense of going from, oh, come on now, a sense of fear and being bound by fear, and then relaxing into it and realize, just be part of nature, be part of the experience. You are surrounded and protected. Observe what's happening. Everything I just said in a very long way. And then we have the Two of Swords. Now, this isn't your typical Two of Swords where you have someone where they're crisscrossed over them and they're being protective and all that kind of thing. This is a Two of Swords where this is a warrior spirit, and even blindfolded, she can take aim. So you've always got the ability to take care of yourself. Don't forget it. You always have that warrior energy and that warrior spirit. You know what you're aiming at, and you will always succeed and hit your mark if you so choose. So, even with the blindfold on. So just understand that there's something in the works, something that is playing out, and it's going to be in your benefit. And this is a general reading, so this may or may not resonate with you, but it has to do with a union, and it has to do with emotions, and it has to do, it could be emotional, but it's also still a union. So it could be a work union, a romantic union, a parent and a child union, whatever it is. But then we have the Four of Wands, and that is coming together with family, friends, community in celebration. There is going to be a celebration. There is going to be a time of triumph. That's what I just heard. Because this doesn't feel like just a small party. This feels like on a grand scale. I feel like we have two readings with the same cards and the same message and the same outcome, but one is on a much bigger scale and one is on a very small personal scale. Isn't that right, little baby? Oh, goodness. Yeah. Okay. There's a lot going on this week. Most of it at this stage, it's behind the scenes, and we don't know about it. So, or the collective doesn't know about it, So whatever it is, whatever is happening, whatever is playing out, what I hear is something is being lined up. Okay? Now that doesn't mean you don't have to do your work, because you just, but relax into it, take your time. You're not in a rush, even though it the energy feels very rushed and hectic, that's because things are moving at a very fast pace and speed, like with that Eight of Wands. However, you individually just relax into it, be the observer, and it won't take long before you're going to be called into action. So just enjoy this observer moment. And this Two of Swords, I love this Two of Swords card because it's not someone who's guarded and afraid to take action and blindfolded and living in fear. This is someone who's like, this truly is, and I know I've said it over and over, but it is so true. This is a warrior energy. She doesn't have to even think about it. She is so skilled, or he is so skilled, however you want to see this. This person's aim is true. Their motivations are true. You can trust that. And that's either someone who is lining things up for you, someone who's stepping in from behind the scenes. I feel like it's someone who's stepping in from behind the scenes. And then as the collective, you will. I'm just hearing, I know it sounds stupid, but happily ever after. And that could be in the sense of a fairy tale. In a lot of fairy tales, it's because there is stability, safety, and the kingdom is saved, or the land is flourishing again, or it could be coming into union and a big celebration. It's just a big celebration. That's the ending. All right, I'm getting pulled in different directions with this. I feel elements of it applying to one situation and other elements of it applying to another situation, but ultimately it all comes around in the same way. There is going to be fast change. There is going to be swift change. It is a general reading. You do what you want to do, and it may not even be yours. But with swift change, it can be a little scary and daunting. Just don't get caught up in your head. Relax into it. Understand that there is someone on the other side of this, and you as well have this energy of you are the survivor, and you do it with flair and flourish and skill. That is important. And ultimately what it leads to, a whole lot of work, because I feel like there's going to be a lot of work involved. But this work will lead to a place of celebration and commitment. It could be to the life you want. It could be to another person. It could be in a prosperity, with prosperity, but there will be a commitment to the needs of your soul, and there will be a party. There will be a celebration. Okay. I know that's kind of general, but this is a general reading. All right, guys, these are going to be pretty short. This one today and maybe for the next couple of days, they may end up being a little bit on the short side. Yeah, that was actually a really positive reading. It feels like this week we have very dynamic readings and dynamic energy, but it's going to take us someplace that will be better than where we are now. And if you're in a great place right now, well, woohoo, you're going to be in really a fantastic position. And if you're not crazy about where you are right now, then this is going to help you to find the place where you want to be. Okay? All right. Yeah. All right, everyone. Thank you for being here. And I'm sending you love and gratitude. Thank you so much. We'll talk soon. Let's see if this works. Bye.